Yes, people. Yes, people. Welcome to another video on the channel. Yeah, big up to every single person who's watching this. And if you are watching, don't be frauds. Like and subscribe. Who doesn't want to like and sub? Come on, bro. It's free. Big up to everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all blessed. And as you can see by the title, yeah, Yamal versus Dembele. And here are my thoughts on the whole situation because now that Dembele has won the Ballon d'Or, everyone is saying that he deserves it. Yamal shouldn't even be there. How's Rafinha not ahead of him? Blah 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 blah. Here's my take. Let me get forward a little bit. Yeah. First of all, Dembele, from when he was balling out at Dortmund, and obviously he did join. He joined Barcelona, right? He was getting a ridiculous amount of injuries. He was getting a ridiculous amount of injuries. There was a season where he was balling out though, when he started to get more rhythm, more matches, more consistency. This is before Yamal's breakthrough, and then obviously he went to PSG. But the quality was there with Dembele. But the thing is, what he was lacking his time at Barca is the final pass, the decision making, the lack of maturity to his game, and the reason why he didn't have that from earlier is because the amount of injuries he was getting. So that's less time in the training ground. That's less time being able to work on your being able to work with the manager one to one on certain drills. Okay, let's work on this. Let's work on the final pass, concentration levels, pressing, all sorts in it. And from 2017 to 2018 till 2022, yeah, I don't know how many different managers. Barcelona probably had a ridiculous amount of different managers in it, so that could also play a part. However, he's a very good player, and his talent is ridiculous. Two-footed, can go on the outside, can go on the inside, can cross with both feet, can shoot with both feet, can dribble. He's a ridiculous talent, and anyone who's got anyone who knows me on Twitter knows that I put this guy ahead of Mbappe as a player, 110%. But I was questioning Dembele's mentality in it. Because with Mbappe, he might not be as talented as Dembele, but with him, he's got the hunger. He wants to go for it. He wants to be able to win. He's a winner, isn't it? He wants to win. He wants to go score goals. Fair play. But with Dembele, he was by far the better player, man. He had way more weapons to his game. He had more about him. And the season he had for PSG, Enrique, hats off to you, mate. I'm seeing him playing a false nine. I'm seeing his back-to-goal game drastically improve. I'm seeing his decision-making. I've not seen that decision-making from Dembele in a long time. I've seen him make the right pass, make the right shot, dribbling when he needs to. Like, he's making all the right decisions. And Enrique is a huge, huge, huge difference in how good he's become, Dembele. Because he's got a track record of improving players, Enrique. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. He had Messi, Neymar, and Suarez. And you can say to me, any manager would have cooked. But now that's not how it works. It takes a certain type of manager to get them three players balling out, yeah, and still be defensively sound. Do you get it? Because he had Mbappe, Enrique. He had Mbappe. And he said, listen, you might be scoring all the goals, yeah, but it's about the team. It's not Mbappe FC. It is PSG. And that's why they won the Champions League. That's why they won the treble. Because of Enrique. And yes, there are certain players that played a huge factor. And for as good as Dembele was in that Champions League campaign and in the league, let's not forget about Donnarumma against Aston Villa in that second half. The saves that he was making when Villa was piling all that pressure on him. On PSG, sorry. Aston Villa were creating a decent amount of chances. That was the game where Rashford was doing really well. And he got that assist. So against he knocked they beat Liverpool in penalties. PSG dominated Liverpool in both games. They obviously lost the first game. But the second game, they won on pens. Donnarumma, key part. Arsenal, yes, Dembele scored, but you see the saves that he was making, Donnarumma. It was mad saves that he was making. It was crazy. So with PSG, they're such an organized team, and not just organized yet. The way they attack with intent and everything is so precise. Everyone picks up the right positions from the defense to the midfield to the attack. Kvaratskhelia is defending. He's helping out Nuno Mendes. You'll never see Nuno Mendes just by himself. Kva's running like a dog. Flipping Doué's everywhere. Ousmane Dembele's pressing like a dog. So for as much as I do believe that Dembele was amazing, there were games where they didn't have him and they were still cooking. So that's not me downplaying it. I just personally think that Yamal, from start to finish, was more consistent and was performing at a higher level. Well, that's me being honest. Yamal was the better player and still is than Dembele last season. I've seen the games against Madrid, the way how he was cooking them. Against Inter, yes, they lost, but the reason why they were still in that game, because look how many times they were losing the lead. They went 2-0 down. Dumfries, Thuram, and then Yamal to score that goal. Nah, bro. Yamal was insane that season. The creativity, the playmaking, the dribbling, the 1v1. He don't even take set pieces like that. I'm seeing him get cooked for the lack of goals. There's a Golden Boot award for that. This is Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or should be given to the best footballer in that period from start to finish. Not someone who wins Champions League, even though it helps. But that shouldn't be the key denominator on why someone wins it. I just think it's pathetic. Honestly speaking, I think it's pathetic. It shouldn't be given to someone who's having a purple patch and, nah, bro, Yamal was the better player. And people can say, Ahmed, he's still young. Come on. He's got time to win it. I don't care about time. I'm talking about that season. When I've watched PSG games and I've watched Barcelona games. Dembele weren't better than Yamal. But I'm happy for Dembele because it's better than that fraud Salah winning it. Did you get me? Because if he won that, he was crap in the second half of the season about Mo Salah. Anyway, that's a different topic for a different day. But you get the point. So, I honestly believe that Lamine Yamal was the better player. And even when you look at the numbers, I'm not a numbers guy. But since people want to be talking about Yamal's goals or the lack of it, yeah, even though he's playing in a harder league, and his job isn't solely to score goals. Why do you think Rafinha was able to score so many goals? You don't think it's got that? You don't think it's down to Yamal's playmaking? Mate, Rafinha should have probably scored way more goals, and Yamal should have got way more assists because the crosses that he was putting on our plate for Rafinha was insane. Let's look at it here. 18 goals for Yamal in all comps. You've got 33 for Dembele, right? Fair play. He's got more Dembele, even though, like I said, in Ligue 1, it is a lot easier to score goals than it is in La Liga. 21 assists to Dembele's 11. Yamal, 38 big chances created to Dembele's 19. The goals and assists, 39 to Yamal, and Dembele, 44. And you've got 245 successful dribbles to Yamal, to Dembele, 75. So all these things here that I've just read out, I'm only using it just to tell that these guys that are cooking Yamal for the lack of goals. Why are you ignoring the other stats then? If you guys are if you stat merchants want to be, I can easily use these stats if I wanted to. But you see how the majority of this video that I'm recording, I'm breaking it down on why Yamal was better. I didn't have to use stats. I've got eyes. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Especially with these enhanced glasses here. Shout out to I don't know where I got it from, to be fair. So shout out to whoever made it. But you get the point. Yamal's playmaking was better. He was the better dribbler, better performer, more consistent. And he even said that Yamal, it should be given from that award, yeah, should be given to the best player in the world. Not who wins it on Thursday or Wednesday if it's a final. He even said it. If it's gonna be, if that's what the Ballon d'Or is going to be about, didn't they play against France? Spain versus France, they played against each other. Yamal made that interview the day before, and then he won two. I think he won. Was it 2-0 they won? I can't remember, but I think Yamal bagged twice. Yeah, he bagged twice. So the guy, I don't know, man. I don't know if you lot agree. That I'm gonna die on this opinion. I genuinely, honestly believe, yeah, that the reason why Dembele won it is because of the Champions League. That's the reason why. He's a good player and he's a very good player, and it's a nice story. But bro, we're talking about the facts here, not feelings about who had the good story or not. Do you get it? But yeah, man, Yamal should have won the Ballon d'Or. Big up to everyone. Like and subscribe.